up, everybody?
Welcome back to
Coffee Breakup.
the Coffee Breakup, starring
Marvin Schultz and
and Christian Vieira.
oh my god,
It's a special episode.
I like that.
You saw the intro?
Unique.
Well, like always, before we begin, remember to like this video if you like it. That helps us know that we're doing a good job. Subscribe so you can stay tuned with everything that we post, and comment down below any feedback or any ideas. If you want to argue with us, do it there, and we can create more buzz and more conversation about the topic.
Yep.
Help us, help you, help everybody. Alrighty. So
Thank
for
you.
today's topic is
Dating your friend's ex.
fuck
Oof.
you.
Yes, I concur.
All right.
I like
Done.
that.
Wrap it up.
That's it. Next one.
We're done. Okay, no,
No,
seriously.
Let's elaborate. Okay, so I don't even know how we got on that subject, but I think it's a valid one because
think
apparently there's pieces of shit who think dating a friend's ex is okay, and I don't think that's.
Speaking of pieces of shit, look who called me.
Oh my. No.
I mean, it's good for the thing. Yeah, ignore it. Anyways, so yeah, you were saying?
Yeah, dating your friend's ex. I don't know wherever it is okay, like whenever it's acceptable to date your friend's ex. I think you should just try to avoid it altogether. I don't even know what goes on in people's heads where they think it's okay.
So I'm almost torn, but
Really?
I'll explain why.
Tell me.
So many moons ago, when I was in Florida International University,
Okay.
I was in fraternity, and that was during the environment of tremendo fuckery, puteria, true perreo was back then, and made a lot of mistakes. And one of them, I did date someone, and unfortunately, it was one of the brothers' exes.
Shit.
And almost like what Modi was talking about, because I almost felt like this girl was going to be my soulmate. And this girl, to this day, this is the same person I had a very toxic split with, but we're very, very, very good friends now. And we were able to really reevaluate who we are as people today. But
Okay.
I wrote down here, do I regret it? It's somewhere around here. I regret it. However, there it is. I shouldn't have, but because of that, I learned a very valuable lesson, which is why my position today is I still think it shouldn't have happened. And I don't think anybody should do that. I feel like everybody should be. There's a level of respect that gets involved with you dating someone else's
I agree.
previous.
100%. Question that I want to ask you, which
fuck.
what?
Well, what's the question?
Well, no, you scared me. I'm like, what the hell?
Scared me.
No, because he was saying, it also does it. You think it depends on how good of a friend you are? Like, let's say, because we have a lot of not even friends, almost associate, like where you say hi and bye and passing, or maybe it's a coworker that you're somewhat. You're not really close with, whatever you.
All right,
say
no, better yet, let me ask you. You know that guy that you keep on saying no, that he can't.
I was gonna bring that up, but
So how close were you to him?
well, we used to be pretty. I've known him since high school.
Okay. But was it like our relationship?
No, it wasn't like ours, but it still was unacceptable what he did, and I will elaborate.
Yeah, I would actually want to hear that story.
Yes,
actually.
absolutely. So just to give people some content.
No,
Uh,
context.
Yeah.
Go,
Right.
say it.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
about a year ago, a little bit over a year ago, I got out of a relationship with my ex, and it wasn't even like a month. It wasn't a month. It was like a month, 4 or 5 weeks later, after we split, that this piece of shit. I'm not gonna say names, but he knows who he is. He literally slid in my.
He keeps writing and asking me to be on the show.
Yeah. No.
Whatever, go.
Whatever. Yeah. So he DM'd her on Instagram. It was like
But
4.
what did he say though?
He was like, "Oh, I'm fucked. Like I'm
Marvin's
messed
a
up."
piece of
No, not even about me.
He was blaming you.
No. He was just like, "Oh, let's meet up or something. I want to talk." Like and mind you, out of nowhere, like super random. And she obviously told him to go fuck himself. And she didn't tell me
But did
until
she? I'm sorry to cut you off, but did she?
Well, no, that's even worse because she obviously knew him, and we would hang around him.
Wow. Okay.
So he was in the picture, and that kind of changed my entire outlook on this whole concept, and also like I have a hard time now at this point trusting guys. I wouldn't even, because honestly, guys are pieces of shit, and I do believe that, and I would rarely ever trust a guy around moving forward if I was in another relationship around girl I was dating. Because
Fair
the
enough.
guys are,
So
I've
how you
noticed.
truly feel, though.
Yeah, well, not with you. I
Alright.
would hope. But dude, guy, and like, dude, he wasn't just some stranger. He was like a solid friend. We would hang out and we would talk. We used to go to festivals together, stay in the same house. We would rent a house, whatever, and he would be around. But even then, back then, we were together, and all of us, he would be like making like friendly jokes and like
It's fresh.
he was fresh, exactly. And in hindsight, I'm like, man, why? I'm not even surprised. I can't even be surprised. But I was very shocked and I was very disappointed. And obviously, my ex shut that off real quick. She didn't even let that be,
Entertain.
yeah, entertain, not even remotely. So obviously, she did the right thing. But that, and then ever since then, and I even I didn't even did I speak to him? He didn't even apologize or nothing. And I haven't spoken to him
How did
since.
you like? But did he know that you knew?
He knew because I told, I didn't even tell him. I told we have mutual friends, and I was like, yo, this, you won't even believe what this guy did. And everybody was like, yo, what the fuck, like, very, very, very disappointing. And he was making the excuse, bro, I was drunk, I didn't mean it, da da da. I'm like, dude, there's no excuse for that behavior. I don't care. You can't.
He DM'd her,
He
so.
DM'd. He went
You gotta
out of his way, find her,
her.
message her, bro. Fred,
Out of all people, you could have rotated.
exactly, dude. Like a month after we broke up, and I was with this girl for like 3 years.
Yeah.
2.5 years. So it's like, dude, it's ballsy, but very disappointing, nevertheless. And so I don't think dude. There's so many people out there. Do you really have to go? Especially like, dude, we live in Miami. Millions of people.
Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah, but it's still,
At some
dude.
point.
No, but like I don't think it should come to that point, right?
Yeah.
So I think, but for me, it's a simple no. And then some people were like, "Oh, it depends. Like if this is like an ex from years ago, and like it happened a long time ago, and you're a little older, you run into them. How do you approach the situation?" I can't. I've never been in that position, so I don't want to elaborate on that too much. But I think it's a hard no for me.
So I'm gonna contradict myself because I kind of did do that. However, my argument will be we really thought that we were madly in love with each other from the second we saw each other. In fact, like even when she was dating, whatever guy she was dating, like supposedly as soon as I broke up, like they broke up, she was like asking friends about me, and I had no idea. And I thought this girl was like the epitome of a woman, and the fact that she was actually trying or like had some sort of interest, it was almost like there's no way. So I would have never gone for it unless
She initiated it.
yeah,
somewhat.
she did. Like she literally she found a way to really like try to get to me. And like I said, I thought she was beautiful.
Right.
But not once would I have ever tried knowing the relationship. So when I found out that there was actually some sort of reciprocation, I was like, shit, this is literally the crossroad that I had. I can either wonder what if, and I'll never find out. Or I just can just completely shut it off. So I was kind of weighing out the pros and cons. So now with the contradiction, if I, if I were to date someone, they should be blacklisted. It kind of defies everything I just said. But like I had said before, I needed to learn that the hard way because I really regret doing that. However, like we've always talked about, we are who we are today because of our decisions, and I have a really good relationship, very, very platonic, neutral relationship with this person now. But before, everything was kind of very, it was very nasty at the time. But then again, it was like, the fraternity and everything, so the environment was really poor. So, well, before I go there.
No.
So it's happened to me multiple times and with different people, actually. So when it's happened to me, it's either I'll bring someone around or like, it may not be too serious, but I'll still come with a +1, me. So obviously I have history with this person, maybe not a lot, maybe a little, you don't know that. But then this person would still go behind my back and try. And you knew that, Luch. He would literally completely deny.
Do I know this person?
We'll talk a little bit after, but yes.
Oh wow. Oh.
Yeah, so
That's
piece
crazy.
of shit move.
Wow, I had no
And-
idea.
But after a while, and it happened with two different people. Like two different people have done that to me with different situations. Wait, forward. So then when that happened, I completely cut them off because we were also younger, very immature. So just like we made mistakes back
Yeah.
then, we've matured, we've learned, we've grown, and I being one, so I'm happy that I've gotten second chances to certain extents. So since I was being able to be given second chances, I've given them. but it took time. Like literally, it was like over a year that I stopped talking to each individual person, like at different times,
Right.
and they begged me, like begged me. They blew up my phone. I run into them. Got to the point that they literally like kept on asking me, like, dude, like I'm so sorry because I, like now that I'm older and I've matured a little bit, like I realize that you are a really good person, a really good friend, and for me to lose that over some random chick, it's almost like they were like they thought about
Right.
like
It
the severity,
wasn't
like,
worth
well,
it.
exactly.
It wasn't
So
worth
just
it.
like I realized it and I learned from it, I said, okay, if they're gonna learn from it as well, I was given a second chance. Let me give them a second chance.
Just to have an idea, how old were you guys? Like, how old? When was this? Because
So
I
I'm
think it doesn't matter.
27 now. I would say I was like 25. No, I'd say probably 24 maybe.
Yeah, you're
25?
younger, but
No way, man. I think it was a little bit more. I think it was no. I think it was like 24.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I was like 24. I think like I hit the. Hey, thanks, guys.
we got it.
I think for me, my turning point in maturity was, I would say, is 25, because that's when I really started putting my life into perspective, and I thought, is the person who I am today, am I happy with this person? So that's when I really started like really making like positive strides to be better. So it was like right when I was 24, and they were younger than I was, so they were like 21, 22.
Yeah,
In fact, I think when I first started hanging out with them, they weren't even 21. One of them wasn't even 21 yet. So when I would hang out with them, they're like 21, 22. So I remember when I was 22, I was a piece of hot garbage. I sucked. I was a piece of shit. So I kind of related, and I understood that from their level, from their age and their level of maturity, that their mind wasn't where mine was.
Okay. Well, no. The reason I asked for the age was I think because it is somewhat relevant. Because if this would have happened like now we're 20s, we're adults, and that would have been.
You should know better.
Yes, exactly. I mean,
especially with the tenure of friendship that I've already established with them.
yes,
it'll be very different. Right
yes. Like you know, I know a couple of your exes, but like I feel like I don't even look at them like that. Like you know, I say hi to them, whatever. You know, like I think I know a couple, but like I would never. That would never cross my mind.
Dude, it's
Like,
funny because
crazy
one of my
to me.
other friends, and hold on, because it's also the other person that's here, has a very, very, very,
No. I see the
Okay.
name, but I don't.
very, very pretty ex-girlfriend, or one of his exes from a long time ago. But for some reason, I never, like, I see her, and like, I'll see her, and I'm like, she's beautiful, she's a gorgeous girl.
Yes, you can.
But I don't,
No.
like, she's just cool. Like, I've seen her, she was cool to talk to, but it never was really enough for me to be like, she's that hot for me to want to.
No, you're really
You know
gonna
what I mean?
jeopardize a friendship.
The level of attraction was just different.
Yes. Okay. No, I think you can acknowledge that somebody's ex or whatever is good looking. There's nothing wrong with it. Of course, we all have eyes. But when you pursue that, that's a completely different story. But I want to ask you: do you think it matters that, let's say, I date this girl for like a month, whatever, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, and we don't work out, and a year from then you meet her, where you see, and you've known her, whatever, you know her through me or whatever, and then a year from now you run into her. You think that's
I
would that
met
still
her
be-
through you.
Yes. You think it's still taboo, even though we only, or would you maybe like ask me?
Out
like,
of
hey,
respect, I still would. I mean, like, listen, that girl, like, whatever happened with you and this girl, what, like, did you really like her? Did something
Okay.
serious happen? And
Okay.
I would, if I ran into them, you know, months later, years later, and I met them, and I thought they were a very genuinely good person, and it was never anything serious
Yeah.
with you two, I would ask, like, hey, whatever happened with this person when you guys were dating? Because, you know, I met her, she seemed like a really good girl. One, I'd ask for your feedback to get to understand what I would be getting myself into.
Okay.
If it even were okay. But if you were to tell me, like, no, yeah, like, she was kind of a piece of shit because she did this to me, like, I wouldn't feel comfortable, then I would be like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, you know, I'd understand why.
Okay.
You know.
No. I was generally curious to see as far as maybe the length of, of the relationship, if ever, if not even a relationship, if it's just dating.
Yeah,
if
like
that
it-
has like weight in it, which I think it does.
Yeah, I think the
Right.
amount of time spent together with someone,
Yes.
because then you share a lot of moments together,
Yeah.
and then that's where it kind of gets a little bit more serious. So for one of your friends to cross that line after whatever times you shared, if you really felt that it was worth going after that person, after your boy or your friend, whoever has dated them, I think it should be brought up to the other person's attention. First of all, I still don't think it should, period.
No,
I think
yeah.
there should be a level of respect, especially if they're dating and you're in the picture, like, you're their friend. Like, if I'm your
Yes.
friend and you're dating this girl and, like, you tell me about the problems that you've had, and then after I try, or I'll be like, hey, Marvin, you think it's cool if I date her? I would never put myself in that position, because
Yes.
that is, I feel like that's very disrespectful. Like, you've told me so much, and, like, I know about your situation, and I was there, I've hung out with you too, Now I'm gonna do that. I feel like it would be super awkward and it's very disrespectful.
No, yeah, I agree. I think there's so many people out there like you really have to go after that one person that meant so much to your friend, right? Whether that was a guy or a girl, I just don't think it's advisable under any circumstance, preferably.
Right. So I also have written down here. Marvin did it. Anyways. But it was different, and I'll explain why I was okay with it, and I'm gonna reiterate it with one of my other friends who did it.
All right, please tell me.
One of my friends. This was back when we were in high school.
Yes.
I was dating this. I was dating this girl, right? And we had split up, and I feel like she was kind of doing it just to be a little like sneaky, conniving, evil.
Booch.
Okay, I'll calm down. She was no, that's a bad word.
All right.
But she was anyways. She still
Forgive
was a B word.
Okay.
And I feel like she was doing it purposely, and she would like literally in my face, just like really forcing it, and just to get something out of me. And then he was a horn dog, so he really like he didn't care. If you could put a skirt on a pencil sharpener, that man would try to put his dick in it too. So that's the severity of it, of how he saw that in that time. Then again, high school, a lot of puberty, testosterone, you want to fuck everything. But anyways, he did that, and then I had stopped talking to him completely for a full year, and then that was another person who begged me for my forgiveness.
Damn, this happened to you quite often.
It happened to me, I believe. Well, two different
like
people.
3 times?
The second person was like 3 different people, 3 different girls that he did.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
But this first one was then when I met you in high school. I had split up with this girl. Then I think that's when you came from Germany.
Right.
Then I met you. I was already broken up with this girl, and then I think that you had, dabbled with her. Either you went to prom or you guys.
Yeah,
why you smirking? Huh? What happened?
Went to prom.
Huh?
That was 10 years ago.
Prom. You know what happens in prom?
Nothing happened.
Yeah. Anyways. So Marvin did it, but by that time we had just met, and you weren't there in the picture when I was dating this girl. So for me, I didn't find that as a problem.
But we also weren't like, it's not like we were like hanging out after, like at that point it was very.
I didn't know you at all.
Yeah, it was. Well, I think it was like hot pat. Well, I would ask you because I think I did know you.
I mean, I think
in passing, like, hey.
But like I had just met you. You had just come in here, and like I had been broken up with this girl. I was dating somebody else already.
I remember.
You weren't there for the situation,
no.
for a relationship, so you did talk to her for I don't know how long it was, but I know that there was a thing that you guys were sort of a thing for a very short period of time.
Right.
I wasn't gonna be like, yo, you're a piece of shit. I'm never gonna talk to Marvin again, because it's not like you were there for the intimate conversations that that I shared with this person.
Right. I don't even remember that time.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I've known you for a long time. And that girl's doing nothing with her life right now, but
no,
so I don't even care at this point. But anyways, yeah, no, I still think it's very frowned upon. I don't think anybody should date anybody's ex. I think it's disrespectful. I mean, there's so many people in this world, especially like if you've met them through me directly and you see that there's probably something going on. If you were to cross that boundary, what else would for me that's disrespectful. And if you're willing to do that, what else can there's no trust. I wouldn't be able to trust you with anything.
Exactly.
That's how I see it.
I think ultimately it comes all down to the respect that you have with that's supposed to be your friend. You're supposed to be able to confide in that person, and if you go behind my back or try
that's
to
what
do that,
pisses me off, especially when you do it behind their back and then never address it.
Yeah, no, it's an absolute no go. It's a no fly zone. So if you're in that position where you're thinking about dating somebody's ex, a friend ex, or good friend's ex, just don't. Please.
Yeah, this reminds me. It was one of my friends started. She's a female. She was dating this guy.
Mm-hmm.
But they were going back and forth. Like eventually, nothing really happened. And this guy is not really someone who they really took seriously for a relationship. But he was a really, really, really nice guy. Like super cool, fun to be around. So it never really went anywhere.
Right.
And then her friend ended up dating him, but for some reason, like they felt like that chemistry was there from the beginning. But again, it didn't even work out. But it was kind of awkward because they had to kind of have a conversation of, one was very uncomfortable about that occurrence, but it was still like, okay, like I still know who this person is, and it's not really that big of a deal. Like if it was someone that I really had a serious relationship with, I'd get. Yes. But it wasn't really
right. Yeah. So also, I think it depends on obviously the length of the relationship, and then also the strength of the friendship. But ultimately, I've never. Well, yeah.
You what?
A long time ago.
What'd you say?
I don't remember. I was gonna say never been in that position, but it's different.
People don't forget.
Yeah, I know they don't.
Alright.
But anyways, guys, yeah, dating your friend's ex, I think, especially as we get older and more mature, and it's
No, I
just
can guarantee that people have like gone into relationships and like they're married to like the people, like someone's ex. Like,
no,
I'm sure that's.
it's a thing,
Yeah.
right? But I wouldn't advise.
Hey, you can't help who you
Or-
fall in love with, man. The heart wants what it wants.
Just say so.
Just make sure it doesn't want someone that's your friend's ex.
I already had, yeah. No. All right, guys, thank you so much
All
for
right.
tuning in.
Short episode. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I think it was very clear cut. However, if you have any other opposing arguments, please let us know in the comment section below. Follow us on every platform: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We're on iTunes, Deezer, Spotify, and Instagram. I think if I haven't said Instagram again.
On
And
everything.
again, like, subscribe, comment. Let us know your feedback. That way we know how to work with this. And if you had any contradicting scenarios with this, please let us know. We'd love to know, and I'm sure everybody else who watches this would like to know as well.
Thank you, guys. Happy Friday. Hey, guys, thanks so much for watching today's content. We hope you guys enjoyed the show.
And if you did, please make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below. And follow us on every other social media platform. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Go ahead and follow us, leave us a comment, and any feedback helps. Whatever you leave us, we'll be able to touch up on another show, or we'll be able to get back to you with any other comments. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.